FAQs.sg, we make technology accessible. We received a few questions regarding how to exchange, hence this new video. Do check out our main series at the end of this video. We will be going through how to make an exchange work. This will include going through how to let an input value change depending on another input, and vice versa. I extracted this exchange section from one of our pre-filled app templates to make it easier for us. We recommend that you do the same as well. I have also loaded the exchange contract and the 2 token contracts as you can see here, since we are going to be exchanging one token for another token in the exchange contract. Here, we are going to exchange token A for token B. We want the user to be able to see how much token B they get when they swap token A, or how much token A they need to swap to receive X amounts of token B. This will require the use of actions on change in the input boxes. Let us go to the token A input box. Do note that the input type of these boxes are decimals, as we would like users to exchange, say 4.5 of a token. Go to Actions on Change. We want to add the action, change value of input B amount. This will cause the input box for token B to change when a user inserts the amount of token A they want. To get the amount of token B received, what we want to do is to multiply the exchange 1-to-2 rate with the input amount. Hence, open up the formula screen. Go to House Functions and find Multiply individual numbers. For the first variable, it will be the input amount. Go to Input Values and find A amount. The next one would be the exchange rate. Since the exchange rate is from the contract, it will be in unsigned integer format that we need to convert to decimal. Therefore, find the unsigned integer to decimal function. The unsigned integer is the exchange 1-to-2 rate. Since my token has 18 decimal places, the number of digits to cut is 18. The number of decimal places depend on how large the exchange rate is, and how exact you want to be. I will put 4 decimal places here. Once done, click on Update Formula. We will next go to the input box for token B. Here, we want to change the value of input A amount when someone types the token B amount they want to receive. Hence, that is why the onChange function here is now, change value of input A amount. You can see that the process will be the same as before, but the value will be slightly different. I have pre-filled the formula screen here and will just be explaining the thought process. Since the exchange 1-to-2 rate is the rate from token A to B, then we would have to invert it to get the amount of token A for one token B. Hence, we would take 1 divided by the exchange 1-to-2 rate to get the rate for one token B to token A. This will be the only difference between this and the previous input box. Next, let us talk about the actual exchange function. Do check if you need to add an approve or increase allowance function before executing an exchange function. If your token is non-native and it is being sent into a contract, then you need the owner's permission to transfer their token into the contract and hence, need to either call the approve or increase allowance function that is found in the token contract. Since token A is a non-native token, we will need to execute the approve function, receive the event that the approval has taken place, then call the exchange function. Now that that is explained, let us do up this process. Click on the Exchange button. Go to Actions on Click. Find the Approve function of Token A contract. For Spender, it would be the exchange contract address as we are giving permission to the exchange contract. Click on Show Contract Addresses and choose the exchange contract. For the amount, it would be the token A input. To add it, click on Use Formula instead. The formula screen will pop up. Click on the first line and then go to House Functions and find Decimal to Unsigned Integer. The reasoning here is that our input box takes in decimal, but the contract variables are all in unsigned integers, so we have to convert. The decimal would then be the input value. Hence, go to input values and find the token amount input. The number of padded zeros will depend on the number of decimals of your token. In this case, mine is 18, so I will not change it. When done, click on Update Formula. Next, we want to execute the exchange function after the approval function. Click on If Succeed. Find the exchange 1 to 2 function. You would see that the trigger option will pop up. This is where we find the approval trigger, as we want to detect that the user has approved first before exchanging. For the owner, it will be the signed-in user. Click on Use Formula instead. You will see that current user is the default option. Hence, you do not need to do anything, so close the formula screen. The spender is the exchange contract, as that was what we designated as previously. Similarly, go to Show Contract Addresses and find the exchange contract. Finally, let us fill up the exchange 1 to 2 function. The payable amount would be the same process as just now. Hence, I will not elaborate on this. Now, we are done. Let us go to preview mode. Click on Launch. Then go to Previewed App. Do remember to connect Wallet so that the functions all work correctly. You can see that as I change the input values of either of the input boxes, the other input box value will also change at the same time. When satisfied, click on the Exchange button to execute the function. We will also take this opportunity to also talk about a few small questions that we receive constantly with regards to the exchange contract. If any of the tokens are non-native, remember to call the approve functions in their respective token contracts before executing. Or else, you will see high gas fees, which is an indicator that something is wrong. Another would be that for referrals in general, we design the contract such that the person who referred must have done at least one transaction, which means they must have done an exchange at least once first before others can use his or her wallet address as a referral. Lastly, for liquidity pool exchange contracts, you deposit both tokens through the initial deposit of tokens function. Do note that the exchange rate will depend on the ratio of the tokens, since it is a liquidity pool, so do take note. Check out our guide for more detailed notes to aid you in building your dApp. If you have any questions that you cannot find being answered, find us on our Telegram at QSSG. This is the end of our video. Check out our main series here. Goodbye.